Okay, this is Tuesday, May 10th, 2016 at 6 p.m. This is the regular village board meeting for the village of Pulaski held at 585 East Cranbrook Drive, Pulaski, Wisconsin. Can I have roll call and pledge, please?
Bruce Birchkowski.
Here.
Roger Birchkowski.
Present.
Robert Gajewski.
Here.
Doug Prentice.
Present.
Chris Smith. Here. Robert Van Lannen.
Here.
And Reed Woodward.
Here.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I would dedicate to approve the agenda as presented and to include the amended agenda item 13A, which I believe is,
They all have it.
you all have it,
I'll make that motion.
by Doug,
I'll second.
second by Bruce. I'll get it, if I call you Richie.
That's okay.
I have a motion second, all in favor. Opposed, motion carried. Item number 3, motion to open public hearing on ordinance 546-16, a request to rezone property in the village of Pulaski. The agent for the petitioner owner, Lee Novak and Robert Lee Associates, parcel VP-PI-117-2, currently zoned as A1 agricultural vacant land, and request for R5 multiple family residential district for senior housing, 2 12-unit buildings, and 14 duplex buildings. The 12.116 acre lot is located on the south side of Cashmere Street and the west side of Mountain Bay Drive, Pulaski, Wisconsin. The property owner is ALM Enterprises LLC, 2203 South Webster Avenue, Green Bay, Wisconsin, 54301.
I'll make the motion to open the public
By
hearing.
Doug,
Second.
by Chris. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, the public hearing is ongoing. Any discussion, presentations related?
Jared's not here yet.
Okay.
Who has the map and everything. But we can show you on here.
I think it's in the packet,
I'm sorry.
there's a map in the.
Oh, okay.
That's the plot, that's a plot map.
I'll open it.
I don't know if it fits in that track. Al, has any of it changed from the original plan regarding this?
Everything that I've been going, you know.
Awesome.
Yeah, this piece right here is what you're talking about today.
All right.
These, when they say duplexes, they're actually twindos or condominiums. These right here. And then these are the 2 12-unit apartment buildings.
And you have some rented out already, or?
Yeah, we have some pre-rented apartments and also a couple condos with the third one that I'm working on right now, so 3 units. So, the phase 1 is basically about that size right there, those first 6 buildings. Which, and then, so we're gonna start with 3 of them and leave 1 open for a model and just keep going. So far we got really good reception.
So this, is that right near the CBRF then?
Yeah, this
Behind
is
it?
the assisted living right here.
Okay,
So,
and then the apartments, or is that what you call it,
Yeah.
right behind it then?
yeah, these are the apartments. This is the new street Casimir. So you'll be able to enter off of Casimir to get to the apartments. And then you can go through to the condos also. Or if you get on Mountain Bay, then you'll hit this street, which is actually a private road. And and that'll be another access for the other side of it.
Being a private road, we won't be plowing?
You won't be plowing unless I hire you. Actually, yeah, that's part of the condominium association,
Okay.
so they will be taking care of that on their own.
Cool.
It's a common area maintenance fee that you pay,
Uh-huh.
and same thing with the grass, and sidewalks and all the previous things.
Great.
Landscaping.
Being private road also, won't have a street name?
No, I wish there could be. I mean, that is something that I think we can name it. That is one of the things that we talked about was, especially for post office purposes, or being able to identify where it is and stuff.
Uh-huh.
I think that the address will probably end up being Mountain Bay Drive.
Okay,
And then there'll be a cluster of mailboxes here
great.
for the condos, and then over here maybe for the apartments.
Yeah,
But it's a private street, and from my understanding, I think it's because of the width that we had to make it, and then also in a condo association, I think, is the reason for the private street.
awesome.
But then they each will have their own number.
Yes.
Right.
Yep. Yep.
I'm just glad we have a lot of interest. I know the housing stock here and the rest of the existing town is real tight. A house goes on the market and it's gone.
It's gone, yep.
Couple days or a week later.
Yeah, we are finding that out. And right now, like, you know, the biggest thing with this is it is 55 and older. So, there's a lot of people, obviously, and we know a lot of them, probably you know a lot of them, that have moved out of town because there was no place to go. So we're finding some of those people are actually coming back.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
We missed them.
Yeah, exactly. So it's pretty exciting stuff. We got farmers, widows that they were left the farm and are selling and wanting to move in here. Or widows that are, are in a big house all by themselves. And they're anxious to get in here with people their own age.
Is there more plans for the single-family housing too?
Yeah, the single family, as you saw, there's two houses up over there right now. When we did this extension for the hotel last year, we actually ran Joanna up a little ways, and we ended up with 3 lots. And I put up a couple spec homes to test the market, because nobody's done a spec home in Pulaski for quite some time. And we sold the 2-story right away, and we're working on the second. This one, I believe we're gonna get an accepted offer by the weekend.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're actually gonna break ground and take the 3rd lot and put another house up right away. Just to have inventory to be able to sell. So, and we're bringing new people. We're bringing people from Green Bay. So that's a great thing, Especially right now, you have so many people that live out of Pulaski, they're in Hobart, and you all know it. Their kids are going to school here, but they don't live here. And at least a big percentage of them. So it'll be a nice thing to have, so that people will actually stay here, spend their money in town. And we picked up new kids too, so the school system will be happy.
Yes.
Okay, any other questions? Al, thank you for the presentation.
You bet.
I'll make a motion to close the public hearing.
By Doug. Seconded by Bob Van Lannen. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Item number 5. Thank you. You can stay for the whole thing. You may want to stick around for future agenda.
Definitely.
Item number 5, approve the minutes of the regular board meeting of April 12th, 2016, and the organizational board meeting of April 19th, 2016. So moved. By Roger.
I'll second.
Chris Smith. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. First, as I already heard, we have Brian Wasselo, Safeguard Insurance, and he would like to talk to you about our insurance dividend for 2015. Open the floor for Roger. Brian? So moved. By Doug? Second. By Brian? Bruce? This is my fourth meeting today.
There are a lot of these.
Floor, all in favor? Okay, Brian, now you can talk.
I'm sorry, thank you. I'm pleased to announce another workers' compensation dividend this year, 15%, which is in the amount of $6,971 back in the coffers. We've had very good success with Employers Mutual Casualty, as you can see. And they just keep gaining more and more success, writing more business. They had a record year in 2015. We now insure almost 6,000 municipalities or public entities throughout the Midwest. And they're very good about they say that countrywide. They like this part of the country, with the catastrophic storms and hurricanes, mudslides, and it's better place to do business. They consistently are named to some high accolades, Forbes Top 50, and they get into some top 40 executive leaders. They're very heavily involved in charity work. They consistently ranked one of the top 150 employers in the state of Iowa. They pride themselves on culture. Quality just leads down from there. I met their CEO. I've met a lot of people in that organization. They all speak the same language. They're all about quality and professionalism. And they believe their model is they work for the client. I'm considered a client. Here first, whatever they can do to keep the broker efficient, keep us happy. It's a nice model. It's the biggest company I carry in my office, and they're great to do business as always. Any questions?
Any questions?
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you, Brian.
Brian.
Good luck turkey hunting.
Emotional, it's their last.
We do have Chief Suchinsky here to give the fire department report.
Thank you folks for taking some time to hear our talk. I went through one of each one of you guys' packets earlier, so I don't know if you needed extras. It's just our annual report that we're going to share with you guys. Any questions off the top that you guys see right away? If not, I'll just kind of briefly go through it. Our membership right now is at 37 active volunteers for the department. Our meetings are still held second and fourth Mondays of each month, equipment check and training. The municipalities that we serve, we're up like 73 people over last year, so that, like Al said, that probably helped the school district a little bit more, so it's good all the way around. Runs are down for the year, which is another good thing for the department in the area, so, that's a positive thing, a little bit less calls. And you see how it breaks down by municipality. Any mutual aids are in or out for mutual aid responses, health response both ways. Our cost of doing business, by municipality, it's a 5-year average, so you guys average in the last 5 years so you don't get hit on a bad year. Kind of averages out so you see what your reimbursements are. And this year we approved the budget of like 2% increase. Basically it went all to pretty much the vehicle fund. We're trying to build an extra supply for the vehicle fund, because we kept borrowing into that a little bit for turnout gear and other things that the department needed. We're going to try and hold tight to that and, earmark the money where it needs to go, I guess. We did apply for a grant for personal protective gear. So we did receive one for our SCBA last year, and that was a 90% paid by the government and 10% by us. So it was like $146,000, and our portion was 10% of it as a department. So it was a great thing that happened, and that basically came about because of our mutual aid with our Packerland Fire District. We partnered up with Howard, Swamico, and Pulaski, and between the three departments, the grant had more weight, and we pulled all three departments for all brand new SCBA's and personal masks for everybody. So it was almost $460-some thousand total grant that was divided up by the townships, or not townships, by the municipalities, and it was 10% for everybody, so that was a great thing that happened. We did apply for a DNR grant too, and that was almost $5,000, and that's a 50-50, so that was another good grant that we had for wildland fires. We did the FEMA grant. That was the one that we're going to touch on for our personal protective gear. If we can pull that off this year, you're looking at the dollars and cents on there, a little over $100,000 again, and 10%. If we can get by with $2,000 for the townships, 5 townships, provided the 5 ways, that would be a great savings for the department and the community, and everybody will have brand new turnout gear, and everybody be well protected when we do go into the structures and calls. We were really on huge purchases last year because of the grant money that kind of saved us all the way around. So we established that money more to the vehicle fund and use it where we need to. We did complete the Public Safety Memorial Park, and that was a dedication that we had in summer last year, actually towards October. So that's helped all the public safety, police, fire, and rescue of the area. Everybody that served on the community, as far as we can go back on records, are all listed there as members that participated in the community and helped in some way. So our local heroes, if you want to call them that, on display there. So. And then now this year, like I said, we're shooting for a grant for the turnout gear to see what we can do. And we also are looking at updating our main engine. And we're kind of working with Pierce. We had three quotes that we're kind of going off of right now. So we'll see how they come out. We're just in the early stages of that. We run it through, the board is directing us how to go, which way to go. And, we almost have $100,000 in that fund building as we speak, so we're getting closer and getting in the right direction. We are fortunate enough to purchase a used command vehicle via Howard Fire. Gave us a very good deal on it, and actually we're picking it up tomorrow night. The lights and siren and radio, everything will be installed as of tomorrow night, so that should go into service by the weekend. Everything goes well, so that worked out well. And then, the other thing that we've got coming up is Packerland training, the one I brought up earlier. We do about 3 to 4 times a year. We kind of meet and do some cross training, so we get really familiar with their equipment, their people, our guys. So regardless of which call it is, we kind of use that you're working as one big unit. It really helps because, if they have a call, we don't take all our units no more. We just take an engine or a tender and vice versa, so you're still protected in your own area. So it's a cost-saving measure that way too, where you're not taking the whole department, you're just taking the members that are needed for that engine company or ladder company. So. And then just listed, as of last year's officers to date, and that's who we are. Questions?
Keep up the good work.
We're trying. It's a great team effort, and I really got to give our guys, all members, hats off to participating. The young guys too, they're really stepping up. We picked up a few new members that are really active, really involved, which is great. And the other guys are on meshing really well too, so, and that's, I think, the biggest thing that is fun, I guess, if you want to call that, in a serious situation, that, you're gonna have quality people and guys that care about each other, that you're gonna go and make sure it happens the right way and a safe way.
On the grants that you fill out, do you actually, who's in charge of doing that? Do you guys actually do that, or do you hire out like a grant writer to do that? Or-
No, actually, we have one very talented person in Howard Fire,
Yeah.
and it's Ann. She came from Green Bay Fire, and she used to do that there, and so we tapped that resource, and she is very knowledgeable of how to word it, where to word it, and, we spend a lot of quality time with her, and she is, hats off, she's the one that really made our grant happen. I'll tell you that right now. We can throw all the numbers we want at her and, support, but at the same time, she's the one that made it happen, and we're so happy that we're partnered up in that area, and we know we got the support coming, so.
Big process.
Oh, it's huge.
That's awesome.
You know how many you put out before you can actually get one, right?
Yeah, so.
And it's amazing the number of calls you guys have been going on now too, compared to, I've been on 3 years, and that's a lot of calls and a lot of dedication for you guys, so
Yeah, they don't.
appreciate it.
They don't go the way we truly want, the down always.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it. Every 2 days, 2.5 days, something's happening that we have to, get involved with on the average. But it is what it is, and members are there to help and support us.
James, may I ask a question? Who's going to be using the vehicle that you purchased from Howard? Is that your chief?
Yeah, it'll be either the chief or the assistant. It's gonna go to any major incident. Right now, we actually drew up a policy last night at our meeting. We stayed at the station during the day, on my real job. And then, at night, we're talking about if I do it, if I'll be around town, I'll just take it home for the night. And then, before I go to work, just drop it off trade wheels and go in that way. Because if Kenny's around, he's our assistant chief, and he's at Carver, then he can grab it and go in a call. So we kind of have a system, tentatively in place, but, that's a great communication center, between the accountability board and everybody that's on scene for safety. That's all included in there.
Very good.
Nobody's fighting over the vehicle?
Not as of yet. After tomorrow night.
Anything else? Jim, I really appreciate your presentation.
You're welcome.
Sitting on the board, I'm very pleased with the direction and the cooperation I'm seeing department-wide. It's amazing.
Well, it truly is, and like I say, it's hats off to everybody that's clear volunteering their time. We're only, a couple people on top, but, they are very good at pitching in, Joey wears like 12 hats, so.
He's a dog catcher?
It all works all the way around. No, it's all the members that really do the job to make everybody's job a little easier and safer.
Thanks a lot. Could I have a motion to close the floor? So moved. Roger?
Second.
That Bob, that Lamb? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Item number 7, committee reports, Economic Development Ad Hoc Committee of April 18th, 2016.
Boy, were we busy. We had great conversation. Where did I tuck it here?
You don't mind?
Oh, here it is. All right. Well, thank you to Al Moran for hosting, and we met at the hotel. Great meeting space, and he also provided lunch for us. Thank you very much. But you gave a great presentation on the new development, which we're talking about tonight. And we have 3 different businesses that are kind of poking around, I guess 4, but 3 that are kind of poking around the community and want to bring their business here. So we've got some spaces that are available. Possible microbrewery is poking around a little bit at the Franciscan Printery building. There's a global internet marketing firm that's looking for office space, and we showed them a few different spaces that are available in the downtown. And then also a pie shop that was looking around. So we are creating some interest in being here, and just being outside of Green Bay can finally be one of our strengths. I think people are starting to realize we're right here. It's just a 15, 20-minute drive and you're already into Green Bay. So the Alan Canning building was brought up, getting closer and closer to closing on that. The Bellin Clinic project about to kick off here. And then the library is somewhat interested in the Franciscan Printery building as well. I know Kristen Fish is providing a lot of support to them for creating a feasibility. You know, what kind of expenses can they expect, and how does that fit into their whole budget plan? So if that can be put together in a positive light, I think we might have an anchor for that building, bring that building back to life. If we can get one bigger space allocated to someone, I think we could further develop that whole space. So, but the conversation is going to continue in a couple weeks here on Monday. That is the 23rd, I believe. And that'll be noon at the Premier Community Bank building, and Premier Community Bank will be providing lunch. So anyone is welcome to attend that wants to see what we're talking about. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Doug. The Planning and Zoning Commission meeting of April 20th, 2016. Item A was to consider to approve and adopt ordinance 46-16, the rezoning of BP-PI-117-2 from A1 Agricultural District to R5 Multi-Family Residential District for senior housing, 2 12-unit apartment buildings and 14 duplex buildings. And that you'll be voting on in just a few minutes. Now? We're going to vote on it now? Okay. I would then entertain a motion to approve and adopt ordinance 546-16.
I'll make that motion.
By Bob Gieske.
I'll second.
Bruce is the second. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. B is informational only. The site plan and design for approval of a 5,000 square foot addition to Ann Cove Equipment, 1070 East Glenbrook Drive, Pulaski, Wisconsin, contingent upon the submittal of state-approved plans and following all state regulations. Item number C, to consider to approve the preliminary subdivision plat approval for Whispering Winds. It's 12.116 acres, parcel VP PI 117-2 South Cashmere Street and west of Mountain Bay, Pulaski.
I'll make that motion to approve.
Doug, seconded by Chris. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. D is informational only. The site plan and design approval for 2 senior living apartment buildings located on parcel BP-PI-117-2 south of Cashmere Street and west of Mountain Bay, Pulaski, Wisconsin. Next is the NEW Paramedic Rescue of April 25th. Bob?
Yeah, we had an annual meeting